Hey guys, welcome to the Warehouse Gym channel. My name is Adam Steele, as you know, and like I promised during the week in our stories on the IG, we're going to dive into the absolute insanity that was Cynthia Miller-Idriss of MSNBC's Opinion Columnist article about how the pandemic fitness trends have gone extreme, literally in her quotes. White supremacists' latest scheme to valorize violence and hypermasculinity has gone digital, and she was referencing essentially the fitness industry in general, and then goes on to compare far right to fascism, which let me just educate you really quick. Far right is a term that the Liberal Party, or the far left, of like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and as you well know, all the people who've done such good in our country, as sarcastic as that sounds, for literal purposes it is, that hated the Trump administration and his 4 years in term of office. And then they created the far right term to villainize what the Republican Party stood for while actually doing things besides lining the Democrat pockets. So, moving forward. The fact that far right was compared to fascism is insane. For one, doesn't even make sense or have context. And then two, going into the article really quick, we're just going to jump right in here and how it appears the far right has taken advantage of the pandemic at home trades to expand in the decade's pulse radicalization of fitness, mixed martial arts, and combat sports spaces. So right here, somehow, Cynthia, I don't know where you were not like caught up to MMA being a sport for the last 25 years, but that's a thing. It's called the UFC, MMA, Ultimate Fighting, a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai that's been around longer than you've been alive. That's also a thing, not only a sport, but as a means to survival from that warring countries and nations. And so, yeah, moving forward, welcome to today, America and planet Earth. She also states earlier this month, researchers reported that a network of fascist fitness chat groups have encrypted platforms such as Telegram and recruiting radicalized young men to neo-Nazi and white supremacist extremist ideologies, and intentionally luring with health tips and strategies to provide physical changes. New recruits are later invited to closed chat rooms where their far-right content is shared. Again, far-right content. And neo-Nazi, white supremacist extreme ideologies, which doesn't make sense. I've never heard of this fascist thing, and she doesn't tell you which groups. There's no reference in this article whatsoever. It seems to be, again, opinion, which you have the right to your opinion, and the Second Amendment, which unwillingly, so weird, the mainstream media and MSNBC likes to, cancel culture as well as censor you. But hey, let's listen to her bullshit. This is awesome.
I don't have a headache. I'm just preparing.
Hitler, fixated on boxing and jiu-jitsu, believed that they helped him create an army of millions who aggressive spirit and impeccable trained bodies combined with fanatic love for the fatherland would do more for the German nation than any mediocre tactical weapon training. Okay, this is where I have to call like insane, absolute insane bullshit. First of all, the mainstream media, since the entire Trump administration has taken office, has done nothing but purposely try to segregate you by dumbing down your mind and all-inclusive, cultures. Because you have now platforms where stupid people can be vindicated by listening to their own stupid bullshit. I believe the Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro actually makes fun of like the TikTokers and how weird they are with their stupid binary bullshit and multi-gender crap. Just because now they can have somebody to watch and they get that little dopamine click like a rat in a maze.
I go by they, them pronouns. Why can't you just be Gucci? Why does it always have to be some shit?
It is absolutely insane. But as long as you're looking at your phone, you're not looking around. And that's exactly what they want. Because guess what? When you're so worried about whether your child's being taught by a transgender asshole who can't seem to understand, that's more important that they understand his problems than they actually understand education, because that's the world we're living in now, because that's exactly what they want. You won't actually know why gas prices are almost $7. You won't know why Russia's actually trying to invade Ukraine and things like that, because you only know what you're told. And so, super fun. And the fact that she literally references Hitler's book, which was published in 1925 by him, Mein Kampf, and essentially the book is radical propaganda of his ideologies that essentially led to the Nazi Party's takeover of Germany after 1925, and then superseded the liberal government. I wouldn't say democratic, liberal social government that was actually in place after World War I. And if anybody's ever read that book or studied or even ever had a history class before probably 2005, when history wasn't absolutely bullshit in school these days and you didn't have Common Core stupidity, which literally I'm pretty sure the federal education system is actually trying to make you stupid. So you don't know how to vote or you don't know who to vote for because you can't fucking read.
So that's another reason we need communism.
Anyway, as insane it is the fact that she's literally using his wild propaganda publication from 1925 and comparing it to fitness ideologies of today is extreme. Like the social Darwinism that was like the smallest minute touch in that book of, if you're, the fittest, the survival of the fittest and conquer the world type of crap, is going to be why people today, like comparing that to today, 2022, and our multicultural, multi-ethnic background, united community here, like the Warhouse and other gyms that I'm sure feel attacked by this absolutely retarded article from somebody who, according to this, has a PhD and created a department that polarization of extremism research and innovation, literally studies how to segregate people, which is fantastic. Yeah. And I don't know if it's her or George Soros who's paying her salary, but definitely not Antifa or the BLM, since that's where they got their money, from an old rich white man. So with that being said, absolutely insane. This whole thing is completely retarded. I can't imagine it didn't offend every single member of this gym, no matter their background or ethnic, because we all are united humans looking to better ourselves for ourselves. Whether you're heavy and you're trying to get leaner because you want to improve your health, or the radicalization of the pandemic fitness trends, which literally in the beginning was stated if you were healthy and you were not obese and you didn't have pre-existing conditions, you had a 99.98% survival rate, as we all know. And so if you did have those things, you were overweight and you had pre-existing health conditions, maybe getting into physical fitness and choosing to make the healthy choice of being more active and choosing to better your life for yourself so you wouldn't get sick or have a higher risk of getting sick seemed like the appropriate thing to do. But no, that must be far-right fascism, according to, again, Cynthia Miller-Idriss of MSNBC, which is absolutely fucking crazy. I don't care what you think. You have the right to your opinion, even if it's shit. But it is absolute bullshit. And so that's going to be the synopsis there of this article. It was absolutely crazy. She even, my favorite, it states how extreme groups from recruiting and training white supremacists in mixed martial arts and members, and then even saying right here, an online propagandist for the now defunct group was spotted among protests at the January 6th last year riot, when members of the white supremacist group Patriot Front marched in Washington, D.C. in December 2021. She doesn't say who it is. She doesn't say what group it was. She doesn't specify anything or any links or any sources of actual fact. Just that apparently they were spotted and then it must be the far right group. As we all know and saw, that there were a lot of Republicans and other people featured peacefully protesting outside the Capitol building, and then there was a lot of what seemed to be Antifa and paid actors who stormed the Capitol Congress building and somehow magically of the House, and magically had zero opposition because they were literally sitting on their asses with no security. That seems unusual for a well-fortified Capitol building. Seems like it wasn't absolutely planned and staged by the Democrat Party whatsoever. I'm sure Hillary was loving it. Yeah, the fact that she even makes that statement in this article is absolutely fucking ridiculous. She literally doesn't give you any source material, any references, or any facts whatsoever. Hey, it's the media, right? Let's just make it up. Like tomorrow, gas will be only $4, and then next week it'll be $10. That's about what this sounds like. And then in the intersection of extremism, fitness means and training of masculinity and testosterone, and strength and competition. So, especially in combat sports. So apparently now wanting to be obsessed with, for some reason, the male body. I know we have a lot of female members here, and there are a lot of female members in the bodybuilding sport, as well as CrossFit and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the Olympics and other fitness style sports and categories. So yeah, I'm not sure if this woman, I've never seen her physically in person, but maybe some fitness might help increase her hormone balance, might help in her brain and her dopamine and things like that to maybe help her understand maybe what she's missing out and vilifying for no reason. This cancer culture bullshit needs to end. And I am calling out the mainstream media, MSNBC, and Cynthia Miller-Idriss. You are a joke. You are the problem. This country was better before you decided to speak words that are absolute bullshit. I hope you got paid well for it, and I hope you have to hear about how stupid you are for publishing it every day for the rest of your life. Again, absolutely ridiculous, not only to quote Hitler's book from 1925 to comparing it to something almost 100 years later. And yeah, we don't tolerate that here. You want to be tolerant and all-inclusive? Well, guess what? That stupid bullshit is not tolerable. And if you want to try to promote more segregation and call it, racism, then you do that, okay? Because we all see the bullshit. You're full of shit. And we're not going to believe in any more segregation that the left-wing media needs to try to promote because, of course, if you do anything that they don't like, you're racist. Whether it's open a can of soda or lift a dumbbell. Because don't do any of that because you're fucking racist. Well, don't write anymore, Cynthia Miller-Idriss, because you're clearly fucking racist. Yeah. And so we don't want to hear about it here. Nobody wants to hear about it, and we're all fucking sick of it. So my name's Adam Steele, and from the Warhouse, y'all have a good night. And please, for the sake of God, start reading, start doing research. And all of you fitness influencers who think now you're a media correspondent since the attack on freaking the Ukraine, shut the fuck up. You are not, and you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know anything, and you look like a fucking idiot. All right? Have a great night. Thank you.